Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, hi. Yeah, I've noticed the energy coming in too. It's been hot and heavy, hasn't it? It's a lot of aurora lights in the sky and a lot of energy, just waves of good energy. It felt really positive last night for me, but I had a hard time sleeping. So, we're going to chat about what's to come for the last part of 2024 with Archangel Michael. You
Mhm,
guys have asked a lot of questions,
mhm,
like a ton. It's great. Can't wait
mhm.
to answer them.
So what have you noticed recently, like with the collective recently, with the past few months?
It's been heavy. It's been heavy. There's no doubt about it. And just the constant reminder from my team, my spiritual team, my angels, my guardian angels, to keep as high vibrational as I can,
Mm,
to try to try not to focus on too much heaviness or negativity. It's like waiting for the collective to wake up
mhm.
and see what's really going on.
Yeah,
Just to be
and
more aware.
that's huge, being more awake, more aware. And that's one thing I've noticed recently, especially I've been more interested in the political sphere
Mhm,
recently, and it's been
mhm.
pretty crazy, pretty
Yeah,
interesting, and to see like the contrast, it's like really, really cool.
yeah.
And like to see all these like different movements going on. And I know up in Canada,
Mhm.
you guys have a whole another thing that's going on too, and that's pretty insane too. So
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
it's
A lot of people are
it's
waking up there too.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like if you think things can't get worse, have a look at the UK, have a look at Canada, have a look at Australia and see what they're going through
Hmm.
and just uh the for it's just like it can get worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's up to the people to stand up and
Hmm.
to do their own research. Be the journalist. Don't just
And I
listen
know,
to
yeah,
the media.
and I know.
Yeah.
I know, like, it's a lot more transparent nowadays, and a lot more people are getting caught doing things. A lot of politicians and other people are being held more accountable. And I only continue to see that happening, even like, we have TikTok and all the rest of it. And it's really cool. I noticed that in Canada, it's almost like people are being taxed to
Yeah.
death there, like taxed by death by taxation
Yeah.
and inflation. And it's
Yeah.
and it's been crazy. So it's like the liberals have been in control there, and that's what they
Hmm.
want. And that's what's going to happen in the US too if those people get
Hmm.
elected. They want to do a carbon tax as well, tax us on our energy. And really energy is something that I believe should be
Hmm.
free and everyone should be able to have access to it. And now they want to tax it even
Yeah.
more and blow a massive hole in our economy. Because when you tax energy, that's absolutely insane and huge because every it affects every little thing. So when you go to the grocery store,
Everything.
everything is affected. Yeah,
Everything.
the trucks that brought that there, how to heat your home, everything. So I think it's absolutely like a travesty that some of these politicians and some of these people are supporting them blindly like sheep, and a lot of people they don't actually know what's going on. It's like a whole two-sided thing that's going on. It's pretty crazy,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. Like the carbon tax, it'll hike up everything. If you think things are bad now, I think we're on our fourth carbon tax hike, and people
Mhm.
are wondering how they're going to heat their homes in the winter. And so, like, when everybody has to pay more, guess what? Your rent goes up to cover the landlord's bills. Or the other thing that's happening is the Liberal government's investigating taxing the equity in your home.
Yeah,
So it's like
capital gains.
yeah, capital gains gone up to 67% after $250,000. I mean, what business, what uh, entrepreneur, what doctor, what nurse, what businessman is going to stay in a country like that?
Hmm. Well, they're going to come to the U.S. and then if the liberals get elected here, then the taxes are going to go up here, and then they're going to get taxed here. But
Many
it's
of us on the outside, we look at the US as like the last frontier at this point. And if you guys like don't stand up for yourself, then it's not going to be pretty for the next 4 years.
yeah,
So
but
it's going to be something.
when you inflate the price of housing and people can't afford their housing more,
Yeah.
they just leave the country. And we've seen that in Canada. They're all
Oh
going to
yeah, in
Spain,
droves.
they're all to
Yep.
Italy,
Five
Thailand, Dubai.
500,000 people left last year. I'm assuming it's going to be 500,000
Mhm.
or a million leaving this year.
Mhm.
And, you know, when I check in, I'm like, am I leaving? Is it best for me to leave? But I get no. And the reminder from my guardian angel is sometimes things have to get worse, A, to wake people up,
Mhm.
B, for us to stand up for ourselves, and also policies and certain uh, things will be put in place to keep things in check so that people don't get basically railroaded in the future. So there'll be certain policies, certain safeguarding to stop things, but I don't think it's coming around the corner. Some things have been implemented where I live. Like, for example, where I live, you need to give your tenant 4 months notice now. So you have to wait 4 months to get your tenant out with 1 month of free rent, for example. So some things I'm noticing, but we're basically awaiting a change in our prime minister, which doesn't come until next fall.
Mhm.
So what kind of damage can be done in 1 year? You wouldn't think much, but apparently a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hello from Bali, Indonesia. That's
Yay,
cool.
yay. Hi, Richard.
Hello,
So
Richard.
we're gonna jump in with Archangel Michael. He was the first one that I could hear when I was started channeling 19 years ago. Isn't that crazy? So uh, when I first started channeling, everybody sounded like my own internal voice, but I wasn't the one forming the words within my mind. And then Archangel Michael sounded like Archangel Michael. I was like, whoa, yep, that's definitely, Archangel Michael. And he would guide me to read certain books about indigos, because I am one, and other reading material to kind of help steer me along the way. And he's just been phenomenal. He can be really serious, but he can also be really funny at the same time. But he doesn't shy away from, saying it as it is. Yay, the Netherlands. Holy smokes. That's awesome. Oof. Oh, thanks for staying up till 1:12 in the
Mhm.
morning. Holy smokes. All right. Well, should we dive in and see what Spirit wants to relay first, and then we'll dive in and take all of your questions
Yeah.
that you guys have sent in.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to go first?
Sure. He says, "Hello and welcome. This is Archangel Michael speaking through this dear one." And when he does that, he goes through this dear one. Okay. He says it's been a temperamental time with a lot of upheaval, with ups and downs. And uh, he's talking about us don't expect anything less in the days ahead, more up and downs. But in order to get to the calm, smooth waters, the calm, more consistent, balanced days, we have to ride out the rough waters first, dear ones. How you ride out the rough waters is simply up to you. For you can make things more chaotic, more choppy for yourselves, or you can ride it out more calmly, more smoothly, and not getting wrapped up in the collective's upheaval. Some of you will be pushed forth, will be guided forth to speak up, to stand up. And he's talking about lawyers. Basically, you know that saying, lawyer up? So some of us, we're either maybe going to hire lawyers, or lawyers are going to have to step up for the sake of the whole. Okay. Okay. So he's just putting in my head this woman in Canada, for example, and she's a lawyer with several other lawyers. And Canadians can donate to her. And what she's doing is she's going up against the Canadian Trudeau government. And that's where we have won in court up against
Yeah, and
them.
what people don't know about Canada right now, they're taking away free speech and they're
Yeah,
taking away what you can say, what you can't
yeah.
say, they're freezing
They're
people's bank
trying.
accounts.
They're trying.
So that's what's going to come in the US
Yeah.
if we keep voting in the liberals, basically. That's what they want. They want to take away your rights.
It's all great and fine when you've lived your whole life like this. If you
Yeah.
had told me at this stage in my life that I wouldn't be able to speak my mind, I would have been like, you're joking, right? But
Mhm.
what it really comes down to is the ones who are in charge don't want us to be able to see what's really going on, or the truth, or the unveiling of the heavy darkness, right? So the light is exposing, and there's no way back. We're not going back pre 2020. It's not going to happen. I've been told that many times as I've tried to clamor to them. 2019? No. So let's see where else he wants to take me. So basically, if we want to donate to lawyers that are standing up for our rights as humans in our own countries, please do so. It's really important that we lawyer up and have the law work on our behalf. It's not going to stop the elites or the ones in charge or temporary control from continuing to bombard with new court cases or new allegations, or flipping the script with their narrative.
Mhm.
But it's important for us to see through it, to read through it. And as Kristen has stated previously many times before, go out and investigate yourselves. Go out and find the research yourselves. You may not find it on mainstream media. You may need to go to individuals' Instagram accounts or TikTok accounts and find the truth. But it is out there. He's talking about, he's kind of chuckling a little bit, like looking at me, like, look at you back in 2016 and look at you now. And that's the truth of it. Like, I used to laugh at the stuff that Donald Trump used to say. I thought it was hilarious. What a joke. Are you kidding me? And then now it's not so funny 8 years later, as we're watching his warnings play out right in front of us. And the things I used to laugh at, now I'm actually concerned about. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating. So let's see where else we're going to go here. You are the author of the script that you write for yourselves on this journey called life. Don't let anyone else tell you what you can or cannot say, and preferably, within the boundaries of moral scope, can or cannot do. That is the whole point of democracy. If we want to move in the direction of socialism or communism, there are plenty of other locations in the world to move to. But this is us holding our ground. And you're irregardless of others' temperaments and the words that they say or speak, you hold your ground. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you, beloved ones. All right,
Mhm.
your turn.
Juju saying greetings from France. Luna
Ooh,
is
people
saying
from all over.
love from Sweden.
Yeah.
I named my dog Luna.
Oh.
Luna. Janice. Yeah. Desiree is from the Netherlands. So that's cool.
Look at how amazing. You guys are really staying up late.
All these people from Europe.
Yeah. It's got to be 6 or 7 o'clock in,
Okay.
yeah, that time, and then later for others. Okay.
I'm gonna channel Archangel Michael and see what he has to say. And then we get into your questions. So if you have any questions, I would actually start typing them in the comments now so that we can start picking up on them and seeing. It's better. The more specific you are, the better. What was that? It's
I
okay.
just did typing signals and all of a
Oh
sudden
yeah,
there's fireworks and I was just laughing my head off.
that's something. Yeah, but that's funny. Yeah. But yeah,
Typical,
yeah,
eh?
the more, oh my God, the more specific you are, the better, because we're gonna be able to pick up on the guidance more. The more specific the answer is going to be, and it's gonna be better. So, whatever you ask,
We're
it'd be
coming
really
for you.
cool. Yeah, we're going to attack you.
No, we're
Just
coming
kidding.
for you with spirit. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna see what Archangel Michael has to say. He's saying, "Oh, the sign of the times."
I've heard him literally say that in the past.
The sign of the times. He keeps saying
Yeah.
that, and he says, "The tide is changing," and the unveiling is happening, and the rug is being pulled out from under us. And he's saying there's a reason for this. There's a reason for these hurricanes, these storms that are happening. These are storms sent from uh, God in order to help awaken the planet. He's kind of stirring up the energy as best he can. He's saying, although there are some tragedies that are occurring, people are awakening to the establishments that govern them and how they don't really care about them at all. He is saying that Earth is a very enlightening place and an enlightening experience, because sometimes your scope gets narrowed and you just kind of follow what everyone tells you to do. And then you realize, okay, I'm going to have to awaken from this state. And he's saying this happens in almost every lifetime that we have here for lots of us. We awaken to seeing the truth or something different than what we've been told. Yeah. He's saying, although we don't remember everything from every lifetime or things from our past lifetimes, we gain the experience in order to awaken faster or to awaken in different ways, in order to learn in different ways. He's saying, oh dear ones, the time is near, and please follow this light within you, and always always remember this light within your heart, and always let this guide you. And he's saying, when the darkness comes in, when the darkness surrounds you, always shine bright for all to see. He's saying, never lose hope, never ever lose hope. He's saying some of you may have to fight. You have to become a warrior of the light in order to find your way onto the next path. Some of you are thrown into the fire, in other words, in order to find your footing again and come out the other side a new person. He's saying that's life. That's life. You're going to be knocked down. You're going to be uh, pushed off path or whatever it is. Even though that you may be awakened, you may be enlightened, but you will have many more awakenings to come. And in order for that happen, and in order for that growth to happen, There will have to be moments that are difficult, challenging, but he's saying, know this path is the most gratifying. This path is the most high dimensional, high vibrational path to go down. And he's saying, we will walk with you the entire way, all of us angels, and you're not alone.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. That's also the same
Mm,
thing I've been channeling from Source for God is us as souls came to Earth during this time and we made the agreement with God for God to help us awaken, waking up, seeing what's really going on around us, seeing what's really going on this planet. And so a part of that is showcasing, excuse me, sorry, showcasing, you know, what the government's really going to do for you when there really is some challenging issues going on Earth, like with the hurricanes and all sorts. And it's really important to notice these kinds of things and wake up and see what's going on. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
All right. Richard, for me, when I pick up on what you've asked, it's going to be someone in your local area. And I say, is it someone in his local area, like his home, like where he's living right now at home? And they give me a thumbs up. So it's someone coming in your local area where you live to build
Mm-hmm.
and blossom a relationship with that person. Okay? Oof.
Mm-hmm. And so I have some questions
Awesome.
from uh, Instagram stories that some of you have asked. Some of them were pretty crazy.
Are they
So
really?
yeah, some are
Well,
kind of
we're going to
weird,
take
but
a wild ride.
but I'm not
I'm
gonna.
just
I didn't choose the weird, like really weird, crazy ones. Maybe I should have, but
Is it okay if I just answer a couple more
yeah,
here? Angie's wondering if it's best to take a channeling course. Oh, you're right on the fence on that one. It's like this. So the question is being sent back to you. Will
yeah.
this be of benefit to you? Do you feel that it is beneficial for you to take such course in order to learn and grow? So they're putting it right back in your hands.
Yeah, I feel like a deer in headlights.
Mhm.
A little bit. It's kind of a
One
funny feeling.
Yeah. You know, one thing they're saying is that you'll have an energetic shift when you take the course. It's not just what you learn and going through the motions of doing it, but it's also a lot of shift of energy within you and around you and opening of your chakras and a lot more energetic work that will take place. So if you look at it from an energy point of view or your energy, if you feel stagnated or you feel like you're not sure what's best or what's next or where you should go next, this might be beneficial for you. But again, on this free will planet, they're not going to tell you yes or no. They'd rather you uh, um, in the days ahead, just give thought to, are you thinking about it a lot? Are you being pulled in this direction? Because if you are, then take it. If not, if it feels flat and stagnant, then you don't take it.
She's saying I'm laughing. I want it. I want it for the shift. I can feel the channel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It
Yeah.
is the energy shift. You're going to get rocked. And it's probably going to be for weeks
Whenever
afterwards. I know
that
this,
you work with the
this,
angels, it
yeah.
never goes the way you think it's gonna go.
Nope.
Sometimes,
Nope.
sometimes they surprise you.
It, people that even sign up for my courses, they'll tell me that they get worked on weeks before the course even starts. Then they get a real shift through the course and then even weeks after the course. Okay. Okay. Mhm.
What happens is it really puts energy
Nice.
into motion and it completely shifts you. So, even 6 months down the road, I felt like I was a totally different person. And that's cool about the spiritual path. You don't have to. You're not given this certain set of abilities or things, and it's just
Mhm.
stagnant there. We can
Awesome.
always grow. We can always expand.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's great. Yeah, if you feel guided to taking this course coming up, the Mediumship for Beginners course is coming up this Saturday coming up on October 19th until the 25th. You're going to learn a lot of new things that you didn't know before, the stuff that I never knew before that the angels taught me. And then I'm teaching it through this course. So I don't think my course is quite like anybody else's. You'll see the traditional write-up of a course. You know, I don't do it like that. I do it the way that they've taught me to do it. So it's quite different. And I'm really blessed to be able to teach people what they've taught me. And so, yeah, if anybody's interested in signing up, they can do that. KristinDaviesMedium.com. I've got it 30% off right now. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can join. We've got a group of people signed up already. It's going to be a good time. Paul's helping me too. So if you guys are drawn to Paul, come and take the course. Or, like I said, or Spirit has said, it's all about, are you thinking about it? Do you feel the pull towards it? Or does it feel flat and stagnant and you're not thinking about it? Then, of course, you don't take it. Michael, let me just tune in for a second. Ooh, Michael, it's we're gonna have to stretch ourselves. We're gonna have to get out of the house. We're gonna have to go meet new people. We're gonna have to put ourselves in temporarily uncomfortable situations in order to meet this person. Because if we don't do that, then it's going to be it's going to be difficult for your team to deliver her to
mm,
your door like Uber. They can't just show up in a Tesla and deliver the woman to your doorstep is what they're showing me. Is that hilarious or
mm.
what? And they're cracking up saying this, like teasing you. But the reality is they need you out in front of more faces,
Yeah.
talking to more people.
When I tapped into this energy, it felt like sitting still.
It's very
Like
still.
kind of sitting still, like more, a
Yeah,
little bit more, like and you're not really going anywhere.
not to,
But like with the cool thing is like when you start to stretch yourself, that puts you in alignment for someone else that's or it puts you in alignment because it's almost like you need a little bit of personal growth,
yeah,
and that's going to help bring the personal growth is you going out and stretching yourself a little bit. That's all. It's not super complicated,
yeah.
Michael. It's not like you need some twin flame from the heavens to come down, some Palladian goddess or something from
We just need to
Pelagia.
get we need to get, we just need to get the energy moving. And how do we get the energy moving? I go to meetup.com. I'm not even going to look for someone. I'm just going to meet up with people because I enjoy eating sushi. They're going to get together tonight at this restaurant and I'm going to chat up new people. That's it. We don't have to go too deep with it. We just need to get in front of more faces. Thanks,
Mhm.
Richard. Richard has taken my course several times and he totally recommends it. And I miss you, Richard. I miss you. I miss you all the way over here. Okay, so we're ready. Go ahead, Paul, if you
Okay,
want to
yeah,
read
yeah,
the
we'll
first question.
we'll do a few of these questions real quick, and we do have some
Yep.
other questions, but so one of them is can the archangels incarnate on Earth, or is Archangel Michael incarnate on Earth? And the
Ooh,
question with
that's a
that
great
I'm
question.
getting is no,
Yeah,
but
I get the same thing.
I have felt him and heard him say, he does infuse his light through lots of people and works through people, works with people. So that's kind of like him infusing his energy or almost like incarnating on Earth. So his energy is almost infused within
Yeah.
Earth, within the people
So,
of Earth, because he assists so much here on Earth.
yeah.
And
And
so his energy in a lot of
you're
places.
not going to pester him or
Yeah.
bother him. He's
Yeah.
omnipresent. He
Mm.
can be with you and like 1,000 other people at the same time. And when you're channeling him, you're actually bringing his energy in through your chakra centers, in through your head. So he's channeling through you. So you could say, well, he's temporarily housed in your vessel while he's communicating with you, and that would be accurate. One thing that I thought was interesting is when I read Lorna Burns' book, Angels in My Hair, and Archangel Michael showed up as like he dressed up as a pastor outside of a church when she was going in. So he can do like what would you call that? He's talking about glimmers. He'll call it a glimmer. so it'll be what he wants you to see. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's incarnated here or that he's in a physical body, but it's a glimmer of what he wants you to see. And so he'll present himself as if he is a person when need be. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead
Cool.
with the next one.
How impactful is numerology? Oh, it's not impactful at all. Sorry to break it to you. Just kidding. No, it can be. What I've seen, I'm gonna go and channel a little bit
Yeah.
from Archangel Michael on this, but yeah, he's saying in the terms, he's saying the most important way in which we communicate with many people through what people say is numerology is through number sequences. And this is mainly in order to remind you that we are here, that this experience is an illusion. It's an experience, it's a matrix kind of. So it's it's our way of reaching through this fabric of space or fabric of nature in order to reach you, in order to remind you that we are here. And this is very, very important because so many people feel very alone here on Earth. And it's one of the main belief systems, one of the main uh, things that goes on in people's subconscious and conscious mind is that they feel lonely here. They don't feel like they belong here. But we are here to help guide you along the way. And we know that it's important for us to reach out to all of you. And this is one of the best ways in which we are able to do that. He's saying in terms of doing numerology, in terms of looking at charts and all things, he's like, in truth, they're just numbers in a sequences or numbers in a matrix. So it's not something that we need to look in too much unless you feel really guided to it. He's talking about it's like kind of like an angel card. You get an angel card or you get a certain so it's whatever kind of feeling or meaning you want to assign to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Interesting.
also part of it too. Yeah. So it's like yeah, it's like you might have a numerology reading or something and you feel really good about it and you feel amazing about it and it was important for you to have that reading and it was divinely guided, blah blah blah. But it doesn't necessarily, oh, I need to be a numerologist now and look at these kinds of numbers all day and think about it all day. Like, well, you know what I mean?
I find people that have had a lot of Arcturian lifetimes, they come in to their energy has these experiences as an Arcturian, for example. Now they're in a human vessel and they're very analytical or left brain oriented. So it's a hop, skip, and a jump to do numerology. Whereas if you ask them to go do tarot, they're like, no, that doesn't resonate with them. So it's just a way for spirit to get to you, whether it's number sequences on the fridge or sorry, the uh, microwave, or they'll you can work and get a reading in that regard. It's wherever you're drawn. Some people are big on angelic Reiki healing, but if you told somebody who's very analytical or left brain oriented, let's go do angelic Reiki healing, they would think that that was fluff fluff. But it's a hop, skip, and a jump to numerology.
Okay, so the Juju saying, what do you think of Bashar's channel message by Bashar Daryl Anka, I think is his name, prediction that we will be seeing instances of open contact with ETs in the next few years?
Already
Yeah.
are. Guess what? We can connect and channel them anytime we want.
hmm
And uh, and the first thing I said before I started, when I didn't know much, I said, just don't freak me out, all right? Don't freak me out. So the first 3 years, I didn't channel any ETs because I said, don't freak me out. So I got the gist. I probably had about 2,000 readings under my belt by the time they came in. And even when they came in to communicate with me, it was like coming out of like the side of a spotlight. So they weren't like right in my face and they kind of came sideways as to not give me the frontal scary well for me if I'm seeing something I'm not used to. But their energy was pleasant. I didn't have any problems with them. They're just here to help us. Anything that's low vibrational isn't attracted to me anyways. So really you can channel them anytime you want.
hmm So last question from over here, and then we can get to all the questions on here, but it's from Natara. What is, and she's taken one of your courses before.
Yeah.
What is something the children need to learn now to be more aligned with their gifts?
Follow their own intuition and their own gut feeling as to what's right or what's best for them and them alone. Their parents might think that they know what's best for them, or their or friends, family members. But when it comes right down to it, especially as they grow older, it's very important that they are taught to feel in their body when they are getting a yes response or a no response. Okay. And I teach that in my courses a lot because it's the most important to pick up clairsentiently what the answer is in your body. Somebody could offer you a great contract with lots of money. On paper it looks amazing and it's crazy amount of money. How could you turn it down? But in your body you might get a no response, and then you find out later on why you got that no response. Maybe that person doesn't have the morality or the ethics, or they're not as kind as they first presented. And it's so important to teach our children that. And self-love,
Hmm.
love themselves.
That's the strongest base of them all is
Oh
self-love.
yeah.
So if you can, like, I know
Yeah.
that Natara, you were posting
Mm-hmm.
the other day about there being a forest school, and your kids
Oh
are just looking
yeah.
at kids going into a forest school.
Yeah.
These things are going to help build them like a strong base, and then also teaching them that self-love as well is going to be absolutely huge, because a lot of these kids at times are changing faster than ever, especially with technology, and also with the amount of souls that are coming here are very advanced. They have crazy new technology to bring here, new new everything, new
Yeah.
energy. They're tuned to the new earth. So
Yeah.
it's almost like if you can help build them that strong base and let them kind of explore the world through that
Mm-hmm.
lens, it's going to make things a lot easier instead of them
Yeah.
being kind of here with the ADHD on the phones all the time, because it's almost like they're more advanced, so they're able to their compute or their brain is more intelligent, so they're able to, you know, think at higher speeds, things like this. So,
That's what I
well,
was just
yeah.
hearing from them. Once you have that self-love, okay, you look through the world in through that perspective. So if people are saying hateful things or doing not kind things, you're holding that frequency within, and it's easier for you to have compassion and empathy and understanding for others, and to love others. So
Mhm.
then people become an addition to your life of that self-love, rather than being searching for someone to love me, to fill a void that I don't fill myself. And mirror work is a beautiful technique to use for self-love.
Yeah, especially for women too, because I
Mm-hmm.
notice there's a lot of men that are a lot of douchebags out there, and they're gonna take advantage of women. So that's also huge, and sometimes they have to learn the hard way. But like I know how men think, and I know how men are, a lot of them, and it's just like, yeah, it's hard to
That's
navigate
probably
that
why.
world when you have no self-love, you know?
And also, you see women, by the time they hit about 40, they've been through the ringer, and so they're not willing to put up with stuff anymore. That's what I've noticed by that stage and age in life.
So
Yep.
uh, she's cosmic is saying, I work in health and human services. There's so much fear-based programming around me. Sometimes I struggle maintaining my heart chakra. How can I keep my heart persisting in the times of challenge?
Ask Archangel Michael to come move into your workplace to shield you and to vacuum the space and work on each. Once you ask him to move into your home and your workplace, he begins working on everybody, because everyone is impacting you, and it's your free will to ask Archangel Michael to set forth to help you by working on everyone around you who is impacting you. You can also ask for God to shine the light extra in these areas, infuse the light not only through you or your workplace, but every single one of your coworkers and all aspects of your work. Yeah, I agree. That's wonderful. I got that straight from source. Isn't that cool?
Hmm.
So you got to bring it in, ask the big guns to step up. Mm. And then the other part of it on your behalf is when you get outside of work, you focus on things you enjoy, you detach, you don't talk about it, you don't think about it. Now it's your time, it's your life, and you go and do the fun activities that spark uh, the desires and interests within you. So you have
Hmm.
literally two separate lives, work and your time, your life. And what will grow from this is potentially something that you can build on the side, self-employment wise, which will then take over and you no longer have to work that job anymore.
Yeah.
Or you do it on the side, you do the fun activities. Maybe it doesn't result in anything producing financially, but you can separate it so you can function better at work. The
Cosmic, I'm
whole
receiving that you have to quit your job, become a shaman in Mexico, and do
no.
ayahuasca retreats for everyone. That's what you have to do. Just kidding. No, but yeah, I definitely feel that, I could never work in hospitals or anything like that. I couldn't do it. I
I
couldn't do it.
honestly couldn't.
My
I could barely
sister,
handle it going in there for surgeries.
yeah,
I
yeah,
looked at the
it's
nurses
crazy.
like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, my
Like,
sister's a
seriously.
nurse anesthetist,
Yeah.
and she says a lot of the doctors she doesn't really like. A lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of the nurses are like that. They don't really like the doctors, or the nurses or the doctors try to hit on them and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. But yeah. Another question. I have a lot of these experiences they call sleep paralysis, but I never believed in that explanation. Why does these things keep happening? Why do they come and operate on me?
All right.
Michael's saying that. I think he asked the question
Your
earlier.
turn.
Okay.
This one isn't as easy.
So there is some energies coming in, and they seem to be like ET, some of these energies. And it's like they are working on you, but it's almost like what Archangel Michael is saying. He's saying, you don't have to have them working on you all the
Yeah.
time, or
Hold some
like this.
boundaries.
Yeah,
I don't
hold you
like the
back, hold
sleep
you.
paralysis.
Yeah,
That's what you can say. I don't want this sleep paralysis thing. So you guys can shift that
yeah.
or make it change or something
Because
different.
this energy is very intense. I could see why it gives you some kind of paralysis like this.
Yeah.
And also, like we said earlier, I'm not sure if it was you, Michael, about just going out and doing more things. Because if you're cooped inside a lot, it's almost like if your energy is a little bit more stagnant and a little bit more paralyzed, it's going to attract this type of energy to you from your starseed origins or wherever it is. It's going to kind of attract that energy too. So if you can kind of get the energy moving more and kind of make that request from Archangel Michael,
Yeah.
hey, maybe it's not best for me to do this. I want something else. I want things to
And
change.
if they need to work on you, okay, just make sure I don't have the sleep paralysis.
Hmm.
Like, let's do it up different. I see you kind of like exiting your body, but you're in your body, out of your body. Like, it's too much. Somebody's got to put some boundaries down, and the only person that can do that is you.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, next question.
How do dreams relate to channeling and astral projection to channeling? Are they related to phenomena? I don't know what that means, but
Well, they're always trying to communicate and connect with you. So if you're not channeling the way that me and Paul are doing it, then they're going to come to you and they're going to come through your chakra centers. They're going to give you yes and no responses. They're going to give you number sequences. They're going to let you see certain words on license plate side of a building. You're going to see it usually in threes, usually. And they're going to find any which way they can to get through to you, whether it's through your dream state when you're nice and relaxed. It's a great time to come and get you, right? And also, some people can remember going off and out of their bodies. Other people notice that they kind of stay put more. I think we're in and out of our bodies, uh, throughout the sleep cycle. It's just a matter of, is this a time? where we can work on her, we communicate with her. Also, here's the other thing that's coming into my brain from them. It's also a way of helping you awaken. So if nothing interesting, nothing different happens, why would you see anything different? You're just going to continue living your 3D life, but all of a sudden you have astral projection and you're having these intense dreams with like signs and symbols or information coming through. It makes you question things, it makes you notice things, and now the blinders come down and now you start the path of awakening and you start asking questions and you start coming to lives like this and you start watching material on YouTube, maybe you watch TV shows about it, and you feel insatiable appetite to learn more.
Mm-hmm.
It's information and guidance and connection that spirit is attempting to reach you. So it is a part of channeling. Yeah. Just in a different way until they get you where you can just pick up on what they're saying and get the message fluidly. And maybe it's a combo of both or three.
Okay, so this would be a good one for me to do from Richard. Thanks for your questions, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you guys have any more questions, we are coming up on an hour here. So if you want to ask any more final questions, just let them know in the comments. And Richard's saying, oh, what does Archangel Michael think about the more and more advancing AI these days? That'll be a cool one.
I'll let you take that one.
Talking about it, just it's expanding. It's going faster and faster and faster. He's saying at a certain point, there's going to be a point where it's not going to feel good anymore. It's not going to feel like regulated in a certain way. It's going to get so advanced that it's going to feel like
the wheels are spinning off the bus.
Yeah, it's almost going to feel like it's like us humans. It's like we don't have a purpose anymore because a lot of things are taken care of for us. So it's like it's hard. It's going to be hard for us to find who we are, like within. But he's saying on the bright side, it's going to bring forth a lot of prosperity for lots of people in terms of just the technology in general. In terms of medical technology, it's going to help lots of people be able to see that weren't able to see before, be able to hear, be able to move. He's just saying there's a lot of things that are up to be determined in the future, and there's a lot of different people that are working on this from the other side, or different angels, or that are working on it from the other side, and people here, humans that are here working on it. And there's some people that are considered on the lighter side, on the right side of AI, where they want to go at a slower pace and they want to make sure that this is not going to be a harmful thing. And those are the people that they're more focused on and helping. And then the more kind of like muddled areas, they're kind of
making money,
yeah,
power.
making money. They're kind of like lost, just lost hope, hopeless.
Yeah.
So they're just about supporting the angels from the other side, supporting the newer people that are coming forth, that are bringing forth this technology, that are coming from a higher vibrational perspective. Because it's almost like so people that are creating certain technologies, these AI technologies, if you're creating from a more high vibrational perspective, the whole thing's going to be more high vibrational. And if you're creating it from this way to power control, things like this. Yeah. But he's saying the people that are more high vibrational, they're going to be have the most advancements in it anyways. So the people that are kind of lost, they're the ones that are just going to be kind of like looking to the other people and then kind of creating their own little thing about it, or their own technology. It's the same way in, like, the reptilians, if you look at them in the universe. They would go to other planets and try to take other people's technology because they didn't know how to create it for themselves. So other planets would have these high vibrational technology that they would be able to create, but the reptilians actually couldn't create it for themselves. So it's kind of like that a little bit.
The one good thing I think about is if AI is doing a lot of the things for us, we're gonna have we're gonna have more energy and time to notice what's really going on. I think it's more unveiling. Just like
Yeah.
we don't really go to movies at the movie theater as much anymore, and we're not really, there aren't as many movies coming out. There's not nearly as many movies coming out now as there once was. So it's kind of like we're not going to be as distracted with certain things, and our energy isn't going to be given to certain things, and we're going to be noticing a lot more of what's really going on, which I think is a good thing. Baba's just asking about sleeping a lot. Me too. And I think it's just detaching from the 3D, detaching from the collective right now because it's pretty tumultuous, and it's a way for us to detach and rest and recalibrate and to just allow it to be until it's time for it to pass. I have to get going because I gotta go and start giving my readings today, guys.
Hmm.
It's 5
Okay.
minutes until I gotta go.
All
I wish I
right.
could stay longer.
Yeah.
It's been super awesome. So, yeah, if you guys are interested in some Halloween content, I'm going to be doing that through the month of October on my YouTube channel, Kristen Davies. If you are interested in your pineal gland, I have a class coming up with that. I also have a class on Bigfoot and Sasquatch. I can't wait for that. Ooh, that'll be a first. And I can't wait. I channel spirit when I'm doing these classes. So I've got information and then I'm channeling spirit. And then, oh, you know what's the most exciting is seeing which people have had Sasquatch slash Bigfoot lifetimes. That'll be just, I can't wait. Anyways, okay, you guys, just leave some questions and we can come back and answer them after.
Yeah.
And have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Thank all of you for coming and watching and asking a lot of questions. And this is what I really wanted. And this is
Mhm.
really awesome. I think it brought forth a lot of awesome guidance for everyone and everyone in general. So,
Yeah.
didn't watch the live, go back and watch the whole thing. It was really interesting what Archangel Michael had to say. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. This has been really cool.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.